BYU Television is a television channel founded in 2001, operated and funded by Brigham Young University. The channel, available through cable and satellite distributors in the United States, produces a number of original series and documentaries with emphases in comedy, history, lifestyle, music and drama. BYUtv also regularly broadcasts a number of classic live-action Walt Disney films, classic films from other motion picture studios, nature documentaries, acquired medical, crime dramas and religious programs. Additionally, BYUtv Sports is the primary broadcaster of BYU Cougars athletics, producing more than 125 live sporting events in 2012 alone. The channel has won multiple Emmy Awards, and several of its original series have been praised by national television critics. BYUtv broadcasts all of its original content, and most acquired content, worldwide online via its website. BYUtv is also carried through a digital sub-channel of KBYU-TV, a PBS member station in Provo, Utah, also owned by the university, ensuring HD coverage across Salt Lake City and most of Utah. The channel is one of several operated by the university's BYU Broadcasting Division, including the world feed BYUtv Global, BYU Radio and the Latin America-focused BYU Television International. Multiple celebrity guests and artists have made special appearances on BYUtv, notably Imagine Dragons and Neon Trees on the series Audio Files, Lisa Longer, Howard Jones, Duncan Shake and Sixpence None the Richer on the Song That Changed My Life, and Sean Bradley, The Piano Guys, and Mates of State on Studio C. Major athletes like Steve Young, Ty Detmer and Jimmer Fredette have also appeared on special BYUtv Sports broadcasts. History. BYUtv was founded in 2001, and has grown from a relatively unknown cable channel on a single satellite to a national provider on the Dish Network, DirecTV, and over 600 cable systems in the U.S. During 2010 and 2011, newly appointed BYUtv Director of Content, Scott Swafford, commissioned focus groups targeting TV viewers who were at least nominally religious, to see what they liked, disliked and wanted in TV. Swafford summarized the results as, "We want to be entertained. Then we'll stick around for the message." Quote, "This led to the creation of the pilot for Granite Flats, which became BYUtv's first and flagship original scripted television drama series, and went on to significantly expand the channel's audience, eventually attracting about 500,000 viewers per episode, compared to the previous top-rated show, Love of Quilting, which typically drew under 10,000. Programming. BYUtv produces shows under several categories: BYU Sports, Campus, Documentary, Faith, Family, Lifestyle, People, and Performing Arts. This includes original series, documentaries and religious service programs. The channel's original series include, After Further Review, American Ride, Audio Files, BYUtv Sports Post Game, Chef Brad, Countdown to Kickoff, The Food Nanny, The Generations Project, Granite Flats, The Song That Changed My Life, The Story Trek, Studio C, True Blue, Turning Point. Religious programming derives from the LDS Church, which owns and operates BYU. Most religious programming airs on Sundays or in the early morning hours on BYUtv, say, and church devotionals, general conference broadcasts and rebroadcasts, music and the spoken word, BYU devotionals and forums. BYU Education Week and Women's Conference. BYU Sports. The channel is the primary home for most telecasts of BYU Cougars athletics, including select home and away games for football, men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, gymnastics, men's and women's volleyball and women's soccer. Beginning in 2009, the network also began covering BYU Hawaii sports, including all conference home games in women's volleyball and men's basketball, as well as select conference home games in women's basketball and additional non-conference home games for men's basketball. In 2011, BYUtv added the WCC men's and women's basketball tournaments to the sports broadcasts. BYUtv produced the first round and quarterfinals of the men's and women's basketball tournaments, which were also broadcast on ESPN3.com. In 2011, ESPN reached a deal to become the official broadcaster for most games of the newly independent BYU Cougars football team. At least one home game per season will air live on BYUtv, along with reruns on BYUtv of home games broadcast on ESPN's networks. Its coverage also includes pre-game and post-game shows, with the pre-game show Countdown to Kickoff hosted by BYU Cougars alumni Lima Harrington, Dave McCann, and a rotating panel of analysts: Gary Scheid, Blaine Fowler, David Nixon, Brian Logan and Jan Jorgensen. In 2014, Spencer Linton would replace Lima Harrington on the panel. Additionally, the network launched a separate website for its sports coverage, BYUtv Sports. In partnership with ESPN and IMG College. The site features news, video and free video and demand streaming of recent games. The site folded back into BYUtv org in fall 2015. The channel also produces its own sports shows, including BYU Sports Nation, Countdown to Kickoff, Post-Game Show, After Further Review, Inside BYU Football, and previously carried Bronco Mendenhall's post-game press conferences for football games. Availability. The network is currently available to approximately 65 million cable and DTH satellite subscribers in the United States. It is provided by nearly 600 cable operators around the United States. BYUtv can be found through online streaming provided by Uyala on the Dish Network and DirecTV Pay satellite services, and free-to-air via 17 and Galaxy 28 in DVB-S2 format. In 2011, live streaming of BYUtv as well as on-demand programs were made available through the iPad, iPhone, iPod and Roku streaming player. In August 2013, BYUtv released its app for Android. In April 2014, BYUtv released its app for Xbox 360. In 2015, BYUtv released its apps for Chromecast, Fire TV, and Fire tablets and phones.